Hi again, everyone. Scott Pyre, Popcorn Fan here, and today is December 31st, which means it's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow is the start of a new year, 2024, and I'm really excited for the new year. And I am going to do one more video for the year of 2023. And as I've mentioned, I want to do like a top 5 list of Christmas movies that are my personal favorites that I like to watch every year. One movie in particular on this list is a bit of an exception because it's a movie that came out like 1 or 2 years ago, I think it was last year, actually, 2022. But upon rewatching Violent Night, I just think that they did a really good job with Violent Night with David Harbour as Santa Claus. This movie, now that I've watched it multiple times, I just love the concept. It's like a Home Alone action thriller type Christmas film with Santa Claus as being played by David Harbour. I love this film now that I've watched it multiple times, and it's definitely gone up there in my list of favorite Christmas movies. This is a movie that I will definitely watch yearly, and I think that it was just well done. It was well directed. I think most of the cast, most of them, are pretty good in their roles. And yeah, that's why it's my number 5. My number 4 being Home Alone, the original Home Alone. This movie's a classic. Macaulay Culkin. He was a great child actor back then, and the premise of this movie is very interesting, and unique for the time, and it's just a classic. It's a movie that you quote a lot. It's a very feel-good film too, while you're still also enjoying these criminals getting booby-trapped to death, because these kinds of booby traps are just so fun, and you're just seeing all these different traps just really it's fun. It's a fun film, and it's the kind of movie that you just have to watch at this time of year. You have to. It's a classic, and that's my number 4. My number 3 being The Polar Express. I did my review not too long ago of Polar Express, and this movie is just an amazing film. It really is. But from the animation to Tom Hanks voicing multiple characters in this, and just the overall premise alone, and how the journey to get to the North Pole is just so endearing and fascinating to watch. It feels like a roller coaster ride, and it's a lot of fun. I love The Polar Express. It's a movie that really just moves me in a way like the train does, and it's really cool. So yeah, The Polar Express is my number 3. My number 2 being Elf. Elf is a movie that you just you just laugh at it whenever you watch it, because it's funny. Will Ferrell, he's such a comedic actor. His comedic timing as a character of Buddy, it's just very fun and enjoyable. And a lot of this movie is a fish out of water story that works, and you just go on this journey with the character of Buddy, and it just feels so enthralling and fascinating and funny at the same time. And you love Will Ferrell, you love all the other characters in this film, even though there's a couple of them they're kind of like a Scrooge in the film, but nonetheless, it is an amazing film. It is a classic that is now 20 years old at this point, and it's amazing. But my number 1 is easily my favorite. Out of all these films, I definitely think that this one is my favorite. The original Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, and there's just something about this movie that I will always remember, and how you see Tim Allen's transformation into Santa Claus as the movie goes on, and it's a movie that follows the character of Charlie as well, you know, Scott's son, and it's the kind of film where you see the North Pole and its depiction of the North Pole. It's just so beloved by a lot of people. You know, like I've mentioned before, this is the best iteration of the North Pole that I've ever seen in various different Christmas movies. This is the North Pole that I always think of when I think of the North Pole in this movie, and also all the elves. You know, the actor that played Bernard, I love him, and you know the culture of the elves within the North Pole, and just all of that, just really well done. And I loved this. I love this film. I always will. This is easily my number one Christmas movie of all time, and yeah. And also, you know, with some of the supporting characters like Neil, there's a lot of funny moments with him, how he's always wears the sweaters, and funny moments there, and also just the story too. It's really an interesting story that was never done before at the time when this movie came out, and it's just a very fun and magical film that I will always love. Until the always, no matter what. And yeah, that is my list. And some other honorable mentions, you know, how the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know, that's a movie I do enjoy, but it's not a movie that I've watched multiple times compared to these other films. So I can't say that's one of my favorites, but How the Grinch Stole Christmas is still a very classic film as well, that I also do enjoy, but I haven't seen it in like forever. And another one that's also a classic, Nightmare Before Christmas. The same thing applies to that as How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's not a movie that I've watched many times, but and also it's been forever. Like it's literally been forever since I've seen How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Like, and also Nightmare Before Christmas. Like I think I was like a kid last time I saw Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah, and also there's A Christmas Story. Same thing applies to that film as well. I haven't seen that movie in forever either, so I can't say that these movies are my favorites because it's been so long since I've seen those ones. But yes, that's pretty much everything in this video that I wanted to talk about. You know, my list of Christmas films that are my favorites, and also closing out the year of 2023 on my channel. And it's been a wild ride. And I've enjoyed it all, even though I've also made some personal videos as well on my channel that I'm sure some people will hopefully understand. And yeah, I'm looking forward to 2024, and my New Year's resolution for 2024, probably cutting down on sugar, losing weight. That's probably my New Year's resolution. Just continuing to try my best to cut down on sugar and losing weight. That's definitely something that I'm going to focus on a lot more this upcoming year. So yes, that should do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next year. All right, guys, take care and peace.